This is the story of Richard, a tiny, helpless squirrel who came into my life when I least expected it. I never planned on raising a baby squirrel, but looking back now, I can honestly say Richard has been one of the greatest blessings of my life. There were ants crawling on him when I first laid eyes on him. It was one of those moments where your heart just drops because you know what you're seeing isn't right. He was tiny, pink, fragile, barely bigger than the palm of my hand, and covered in ants. Honestly, my first thought was, there's no way this little thing is gonna make it, but then I saw him move.
That single little twitch, that faint spark of life, was enough for me to think he's still fighting, and maybe, just maybe, we can help him.
Me and my girlfriend were just out walking our dog. It was the day after a hurricane, and the ground was littered with broken branches, wet leaves, and debris. She spotted this little lump in the grass and said, "Hey, what's that?" I walked over, bent down, and at first I couldn't even tell what I was looking at. It didn't look like an animal, it just looked like a little pink creature that shouldn't have even been out there in the world yet. When it moved, my stomach turned. I thought, oh no, this baby is alive and he needs us right now. We scooped him up and rushed him inside. My mom immediately got to work cleaning him up, warming him, trying to stabilize him in whatever way she could. None of us even knew what he was at first. We were all huddled around looking him over, trying to figure it out. After some quick research, we realized we were holding a newborn squirrel, probably born that very day. That's when we decided he needed a name. Somehow giving him a name made him feel like family, so we called him Richard. Richard was all alone. We searched the yard, the trees, the branches, hoping to find his nest, his mom, or any siblings. But nothing. Just Richard, shivering, wet and abandoned under a little broken branch. If he had inhaled water from all the rain, that could have destroyed his lungs. And sure enough, when I leaned in close, I could hear this faint clicking noise every time he breathed. That sound broke my heart. It was like hearing him struggle with every breath. We took him to the vet right away. The vet confirmed he had an infection in his lungs and prescribed antibiotics. That medicine, I believe with all my heart, saved his life. Without it, Richard wouldn't be here today. We called around to wildlife rehab centers, thinking surely someone would know what to do, but because he was so young, nobody could take him. Most centers just don't have the time or resources to raise a baby squirrel from scratch. It requires feeding every 2 hours, constant warmth, and round-the-clock attention. So we looked at each other and said, all right, then it's up to us. We'll give it a shot. The first thing we did was get formula. At first, all we could find was puppy formula, and we used that to get him through those first few days. Every 2 hours, day and night, we fed him, carefully holding him so he could latch onto the tiny syringe. Later, we managed to order actual squirrel formula, which was so much better for him. Feeding him every 2 hours became our life. Alarms set through the night, rushing to him like parents to a newborn. He had to stay warm too, so we kept him heated, since he didn't have a mom's body heat to protect him. I own a pressure washing business, so my days are usually filled with work, moving from house to house. But during those weeks, my routine completely changed. While my buddies were outside cleaning houses, I'd run back to my car every couple of hours, warm up Richard, feed him, check on him. Sometimes I carried him in my pocket, even into stores. Nobody had a clue that a tiny squirrel was riding along with me, tucked safe and sound in my jacket. Over time, Richard grew stronger, his eyes opened, his fur came in. He started to look less like a fragile pink newborn and more like a squirrel. Watching him grow felt like watching a miracle unfold in front of me. Now, a few months have passed and Richard is still with us. We take him outside in the backyard sometimes, and he'll explore, run, and sniff around, but he's still a sensitive soul. Loud noises scare him. He'll sometimes let out these little crying sounds if something spooks him, then bolt behind a chair to hide. He's emotional, and honestly, I think that's part of his charm. But he also has this playful side. You can tell when he's feeling energetic, he'll hop around, wrestle with your hand, nibble at your fingers like he's playing tag. And then there are the moments when he just wants to curl up in my arms, tired and calm, and be held like the baby he still is in my eyes. The bond we have is hard to put into words. Richard truly thinks I'm his mom. Every time he sees me, he runs straight to me. He'll climb up my leg, leap onto my shoulder, and settle in like it's his safe place. That kind of trust is powerful. It's not something you can buy, and it's not something you stumble into. It comes from every single moment we fought to keep him alive. And I'll be honest, Richard has changed my life more than I ever imagined. He made me slow down, made me more patient, more responsible. He reminded me that life is fragile, and sometimes the smallest act of love can mean everything. If you're listening to this, here's what I want you to take away. If you ever feel called to take in an animal, whether it's adopting a pet or rescuing something small and helpless like Richard, know that it's not going to be easy. It's work, it's sacrifice, it's sleepless nights, but the reward, the love, the bond, the life you save makes every bit of it worth it. So the next time you come across a life in need and you feel that tug in your heart, don't ignore it. Because sometimes when you save them, they end up saving you right back. Richard may be just a little squirrel, but he's my family now, and I love him.